What's up, brothers? What's up, sisters? I was walking from the barber shop and I got this download, right? And I'm like, I'm thinking to myself like that. They done everything to you, man. And everything they did not work. All that shit just became stepping stones. So every time I fell, I got back up and climbed the steps, right? So none of it worked. I remember the day when the line went around the block and everybody, all your devils came to drink of my cup, to drink of my blood. I remember that day. And I told you, that's trespassing. See, in the physical world, they don't think it's nothing. But in the spiritual realm, that's very serious. And then on top of that, they individually, they all came one at a time to feed me food with their blood in it, to hold a position inside my body, to hold me down. Those are all trespasses, bro. And then to think, right? I was just home meditating. I have not yet left my bed. I've been meditating. I have not yet warred with nobody. No. In fact, if you ever saw me fighting, it was the ones that drunk my blood. It was the ones that gave me food to eat, that was acting as me out there. So they figured, this is what they figured. If it's him, if he's the son, we're gonna make him, we're gonna make his father feel that he's evil and not wanna fuck with him. That was their plan. But then after they did everything they did and it didn't work, they soon realized, oh shit, it's not the son, it's the father. I know about that. Now, you guys are crazy. And I've been watching this shit for 43, 40, 45 years now. Everything I've been watching, everything. And I knew before time, every time, that something was going to happen. Every time. So, nigga, sometimes 5 years in advance, sometimes 10 years in advance. I just knew. And everything I ever said that was going to happen, it happened. Just exactly like I said it did. So people say, oh no, that's talking shit into existence. No. When you see something, it's because it's going to happen. That's your higher self letting you know, bro, look what's gonna get ready to happen. Understand? So me telling niggas is warning people so they won't have to do it because it's still a choice. We all have choices. We all have free will, like y'all say. But not all of us. A lot of you. I don't have free will. I have to go as planned. So everything I've been going through has been on plan. I'm still on script. So it might look to you guys like I'm losing or like I'm stuck or like, oh, he's not doing nothing right now. No, no, I'm doing a lot. I'm doing a lot. It's just not seen. Now, I was reading scripture the other day and I was reading what angels look like. And it's totally opposite of what these churches told you. An angel from the real heaven is rings over rings over rings with a whole bunch of eyes with six and sometimes eight wings. What these churches taught us was that babies were angels and that, or men were angels with wings. That's an abomination. That's an abomination. That sounds like a man drinking bird blood to add it onto his spirit. That's evil. That's actually what the Egyptians were doing. That's Pharaoh's way. And then to bind that all together, they need light. What light? Babies, innocent light, to bind all that together. So now you understand why they eat kids, right? They eat the kids to hold their their made up physical bodies together. Once they don't have that, everything gets stripped off of them. Now, I was reading scripture before I came over here, and it said that in that time, a man, which is an angel, is going to be worth more than gold itself, more than precious stones. And women are going to tell him, let us be called by your name for our reproach. So, knowing that I'm going through all this, and I still have not one evil, right? I'm just going through it. I'm holding it down, right? My wife, because she's still married to me. My two kids that I have with her are my kids, are my offsprings. So just like me, you can't do nothing to those kids. They're angels. They're of the light. So, and honestly, yeah, they tried a whole bunch of shit against my kids, and it doesn't work on my kids. Go figure, right? So, in the near future, women are gonna pour because they know that having a kid by an angel, there can't be no trespasses on those kids. And what we've been living is the trespasses. They they done took kids from our women and turned these kids into demons, into weapons of mass destruction to keep us down. They used our kids to keep us down. It's crazy, bro. And that is also ran at that time when we was gonna have little demon kids. Isn't it not that what we live in? There's something about scripture. Everything that scripture says has to come to pass. It has to be fulfilled. And it is being fulfilled every single day. It is. Now, there's I've done seen this great flash so many times. It's just like this. Flash, right? And the flash purifies. The flash purifies all the blood they put into us, all the matter, the food they put into us while we've been sleeping. It purifies us and it strips them of everything they've stolen in the spiritual side of things from the evil ones, which are the archons, which are the demons, which are these evil witches and warlocks. It's just the truth, bro. So at some point, excuse me, the sun will blow up. At some point, it will blow up. It will go supernova on itself. Boom. What does that mean? It has extracted all the sins of the world already. Blows up. And then heaven comes on earth. And then you start thinking about it. But if that is the case, because that's the case, all sins got to be taken out of the world so that we can live a free life without sins and just live in love and light. Why are they fighting that, right? Why? Because they're going to be less than the real ones. Yeah, they're going to be less than. They're going to be what they were from the beginning. They have no progress in their evolution as men and women. hmm So they really want to go into eternity with us without doing the work, which is called theft. That's the problem we have. And then we have this one dude that calls himself God over all. When scripture says that we're all gods. This is the problem. And we all came from the light. That's the problem we have. And then it's not a secret no more, bro. The whole world knows they've been doing these things to kids. Come on, bro. Now they like to give you this illusion that we went to the moon and we're traveling in space and all this. No, that's all bullshit. The earth is a closed system. It's been a closed system since it was created. And it's been that way because this is a school to become gods on this earth. The creator made this so that you guys can become just like him in the future. That's a gift from your own creator. And he knew, this is how smart he is. He knew if he didn't put a cap on it, y'all would have been going all out into the universes, doing evil shit to other people that did not deserve it because they did the work. So it had to be a closed system. Smart man. Come on, bro. And then when you look at the earth, bro, yes, somebody created this. Somebody created this. This did not come out of nothing. Somebody created this so that we could all learn to become gods at some point in our evolution. Come on, bro. That they created robots, which were AIs. They created AI. They created a computer that thinks for itself. And that computer created beings so it could walk amongst the men and the women. And then the computer decided that it wanted a soul. So it started using DNA to create its own body in the flesh, a flesh body. And in that process, it made itself top of the food chain. This is what we're living. And it's these soulless beings. Like, it's not a secret, bro. These people that run this world, they don't have a clue to what the fuck is really going on, apart from eating kids and doing all this evil shit. They don't have a clue. They don't know. They do everything through AI. All the music is done through AI. All the movies are done through AI. All the innovations are done through AI. All the 3D printed shit is done through AI. Everything is AI done. So then my question is like, damn, bro, but if they have AI to create shit for them, why didn't they just create a heaven on earth? Why? Why wouldn't they do some shit like that? That should make you think, right? So, bro, And then you get to the point where you get it. They don't want to be equal to nobody. That's all bullshit. That integration shit, that was all lies. And that was all just used for the agenda. So, bottom line, there's a movie called Us. I think you should watch that movie. So basically, the AIs created clone bodies with us, right? And they switched out the souls inside these bodies and took our place where we're from. Far fetched, huh? Mm-mm. That's what they did. So this is the school where we're at. This earth is the school. And in this school, they were put here so that they can learn to become like us. And in that process, they got